chow down chow, or random gaming, depending on
Moving on
what
to
you're
the card
watching.
that I really feel strongly about is my boy, the Ubereem, the Reem, economical, Alistair Overeem TKO's Augusto Sakai. This proves experience in MMA does matter. If you look at the fight, the way he was luring Sakai in, always keeping the distance, not doing a lot, covering up, draining him of the energy, then realizing that Sakai is garbage on the ground, taking him down with the ground and pound for 3 straight rounds and finishing off with some brutal elbows. That is clinic, a clinic on how experience plays a factor in MMA. Experience and technique and muscle memory and adjustment plays a huge factor in MMA. It doesn't have to be a young man's game. Augusto Sakai was hungry. He was hitting him with some big shots, but Overeem knew that a heavyweight puncher like Sakai does not have the best gas tank. So he lured him in. He covered up. He lured him in, hit him with some knees to the body, build that gas tank, drain that gas tank. Fourth round, take him down, ground and pound. As soon as he turned over, Overeem knew it was over. You know, it was hammer fists, elbows. It was done it was basically done in the fourth round. So I just love Overeem. So that was one of the best performances I've ever seen out of him. It was so impressive that a 40-year-old man came in and stopped a young, hungry lion like that, proving he still has one last run into him. He still has one last run. And who do you pair him up with, I think is the question. For Gustav Sakai, it's whatever. It's going to be one of the young, up-and-comers. Volkov or someone like that. Not even Volkov. I think Volkov's too good for Sakai. Like like Olenek, someone who just lost, someone like that. Whatever. But for Overeem, there are two fights people are talking about. It's either Jairzinho Rosenstrike or Derek Lewis. And if Derek Lewis loses to Curtis Blades, I think that's a natural progression for Alistair. If I think Jairzinho makes sense too. Like honestly, Jairzinho just beat JDS. If Alistair Overeem rematches with Jairzinho and Alistair wins, dude, Alistair's right there in the title picture. He's right there. So I would like to see him get the Jairzinho rematch. Although disclaimer, I think in that fight Jairzinho still knocks him out, especially now he's got the confidence. He knows he can knock you out. He's coming forward. Overeem can't stop that humongous Serenani's juggernaut, right? I just don't think he can. I think Derek Lewis is a much better fight for him because Derek Lewis, although he throws haymakers, he's not as technical. So Overeem can pick him apart. So I like the Derek Lewis fight. Jairzinho fight, I would love to see that as well, but I just don't think Alistair Overeem has a big of a chance of winning that fight. But I'd still like to see it. Um, So yeah, both fights make sense, man. Alistair Overeem, love you, absolute legend of the sport. Can't wait to see you, um, you know, get another win. Really step into that title picture. And how good of a story would it be to have him challenge for the title one last time? How good of a storyline would that be? Okay, that's gonna be awesome, awesome. Okay, so make it happen, UFC. Give him the path of least resistance to the title. I want to see Alistair Overeem fighting again for a UFC heavyweight title. I want to see him fight again for the UFC heavyweight title. Right now, the rest of the fights on the card, really not much to talk about. Oven St. Preux, we all knew he had power. It wasn't yeah, it was a KO, but we knew stuff like that would happen, right? Anyways, Michel Paella, is he finally coming into form? I feel like he's picking it off just a little bit on the craziness. He's not doing all the flips and shit, right? So he's trying to rein it in. And he'll realize once he reins it in, it's so much easier to just pick his shots and use his technical striking because he has really good technical striking. He has really good technical striking. So just use his technical striking. He can dominate opponents. Zelim Imadaev is not an easy fight for anyone, but Michel Paella made it look easy. So good for him. I mean, I love to see him come into form. I think that would be a very entertaining presence to have in a welterweight division. You know, you pair him up with a lot of the fun fights you have in that division. It makes for some fun matchups. You know, it makes for some fun matchups.
Congratulations! You've made it through the video. Now, go subscribe to all the links down below, comment, and hit that like button, and I will see you all in the next one.